Some of our most beloved games have the most extreme fanboys. I do not hate Call of Duty 4. I find this to be a very fun game. I may have my problems with it, being a lot of the perk selection and some of the weapon balance, but I do genuinely enjoy it. I go back to play it every now and again and I put hundreds of hours into it. But I do feel like people are wearing 6-inch thick nostalgia goggles for this game, and you can't say anything negative about it without fanboys assaulting you from every direction saying it's a flawless game. So this video is going to be covering things Call of Duty 4 fanboys say the most. Before I get to that point, I have a quick question to my viewers. I had 2 different pieces of channel art sent to me from 2 different viewers and I don't know which one to use. If you would like to see channel art number 1 or channel art number 2, tell me down below in the comments. I also put full imgur links down below in the video information so you can see these in full size and really make the choice for yourself. So again, tell me down below in the comments if you'd like to see number 1 or number 2. Number 1 being the Blood Dragon picture, number 2 being the black and red one. I would also like to point out that this game was not the best. This was one of my first games back to Call of Duty 4 in like a year or so I was just trying to get used to the sensitivity in the game again. I have a problem where 2 is not sensitive enough and 3 is too sensitive, and you'll see me swapping back and forth pretty often. But on to the point, things Call of Duty 4 fanboys say the most. The first one is something that really bothers me when it shouldn't, and that is Call of Duty 4 was innovative. And it was innovative, but people tend to use this in an argument as to why Call of Duty 4 was better than, say, Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, and it doesn't make any sense in this context. Call of Duty 4 was a very innovative game. Sure, in previous games you could choose what gun you wanted to spawn with, but no one quite did a loadout system with perks like Call of Duty did. No one did kill cams like Call of Duty did. And it's really funny to think about nowadays, because it changed the market forever. For better or worse, you can decide. However, when you're comparing 2 different Call of Duty games, this means literally nothing. Instead, you have to look at it objectively. You have to look at what game has better weapon balance, more content, better maps, better perk balance. In general, you just have to look at it statistically. You don't have to look at it as, I had more fun when this game first came out because it was innovative and got bored of Call of Duty by the time Black Ops came out, thus this is a better game. That's what really annoys me about this comment. The next thing some people say is explosives were nerfed. This one actually puzzles me every time I hear it because it's almost universally agreed that explosives being nerfed was a good thing. In fact, explosives were also nerfed in Modern Warfare 3 because both Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 had horribly annoying grenade spam problems and noob tube problems. Danger close one-man army, noob tube anyone? We don't ever want to deal with that ever again. Black Ops 1 and 2 had underpowered weapons. This one is hilarious to me and also laughably wrong. I feel like the only way people think this is because stopping power was not a thing in Black Ops 1 and 2, which is great in my mind. Let's go ahead and compare weapon balance side by side. Let's look at the weapon damage of the assault rifles in Call of Duty 4. Alright, so the M16, the gloriously overpowered M16, did 40 damage, or did 40 damage maximum, dropped to 30 damage. The AK-47 also did 40 damage maximum, dropped to 30 damage. What about the G3? This one's puzzling, semi-automatic, 40 damage maximum, drops to 30. G36, this is where we start to see some little bit of variation. 30 damage maximum, drops to 20. The M4, also the same, 30 damage maximum, drops to 20. This more or less negates the G36, as the G36 fires at 750 RPM, whereas the M4 fires 850 RPM. So it fires faster and has the same exact damage, so you don't have much reason to use the G36. The M14 negates the G3, another semi-automatic, and it fires, or it has a damage of 50 maximum and drops to 40. So you don't have much reason to use the G3. And the MP44 is essentially a carbon copy of the AK-47, but really without the amount of attachments you could use. Now let's compare those side by side to Black Ops 1. Alright, you got the M16. 40 damage maximum, drops to 30. Alright, that's the same as the M16 in Call of Duty 4. The Enfield, 35 damage, drops to 25. That actually out-damages both the G36 and the M4, which is funny considering the Enfield was one of the weaker guns of the game. The M14, the same. 50 damage, drops to 40. The FAMAS, 35 damage, drops to 25. Again, this outclasses the G36 and the M4. The Galil, 40 damage, drops to 30. The AUG, 35 damage, drops to 25. And it goes on more or less the same. The AK-47 is, again, a carbon copy, just recreation of the Call of Duty 4 AK-47. Black Ops 1's damage models are almost identical to that of Call of Duty 4. So no, The weapons are not weaker in Black Ops at all. In fact, they're more or less the same, and the only difference is that you don't have stopping power now. Where you really started to see some variation was in Black Ops 2. Some of the guns were weaker, some of the guns were stronger than previous Infinity Ward games. Black Ops 1 had the problem of a lot of weapons feeling rather similar. Say the FAMAS and the AUG, which had the same damage and same rate of fire, and only different recoil stats and reload times, so they were very similar guns. Black Ops 2 does not have this problem. But again, it also doesn't have a weaker damage model than previous Infinity Ward games. Now let's take some quotes from my Does Call of Duty 4 Hold Up video that were left down below in the comments section. I don't remove any of these comments, by the way, they're all still there. You are clearly someone who hates fast kill times and would prefer playing with softer weapons. This allows you to survive longer in an encounter so you can possibly get lucky and win. Black Ops 1-2 was designed and balanced this way to appease kids and novices who constantly complain about dying too quickly. Everything about this comment is incredibly laughable and stupid. The first part of it especially. Anyone that knows me knows I prefer faster kill times. I play games like Rainbow Six Vegas 2, Red Orchestra, and even when I play Halo I prefer to play SWAT. So, no, I like faster kill times. The second part of that is also laughably stupid. If a game has a faster kill time, it tends to lean towards you won if you are a better mental player, if you got the flank on the other person, if you understand the map and know where the opponent is going. However, if you have long kill times, it greatly encourages you to outshoot your opponent. But to say that it takes no skill because there's longer kill times is just dumb. We've already discussed on how that's wrong to begin with, because Black Ops does not have longer kill times, but let's say it did for a moment. Well, I guess that would also mean that Halo takes no skill as well at all, whereas Halo 5 is one of the most competitive games I've played in a very long time, and is incredibly difficult to get good at. I'm talking about the arena multiplayer with that. I like Black Ops 2, but the truth is, it was a failed attempt at recreating Modern Warfare 2. This is another laughably stupid statement. Treyarch has essentially tried to fix the previous game in line. World at War was trying to fix Call of Duty 4. Black Ops was trying to fix Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 2 was trying to fix Modern Warfare 3. And I think they did a pretty good job of this. You hate Call of Duty 4, which is fine. I don't really care. I spent enough time picking apart your biased video. I can tell by reading your comments you are definitely a still-in-the-closet Treyarch fanboy who will defend his factless opinions at all costs. Oh, the classic Call of Duty 4 fanboy thing of calling someone a Treyarch fanboy the moment they disagree with them. If I was a Treyarch fanboy, I wouldn't be sitting here playing Call of Duty 4 and discussing it. I also would be a big fan of Black Ops 3, which I honestly don't really enjoy. I have extensive knowledge on how Call of Duty is coded, which gives me an advantage over you on how weapon mechanics work. Let's be real, you don't know shit about coding. On top of this, you wouldn't have to. That's one of the easiest things you can do is simply mod weapon values. And you don't even have to know this. You can just look online, Google it, the information's there. So, again, not only are you wrong, you're also claiming things that you don't know. It's a fact that newer Call of Duties have a longer kill time. Alright, so I guess this is one of those things where if you say it's a fact on the internet, it must be true. This is a clear modification in the game's engine. Trying to sound smart doesn't work. Don't ever do this. This means players engage in a longer firefight. This gives bad players like yourself an opportunity to possibly survive a battle. I always sort of laugh in my head when I hear something along the lines of, you just suck at the game. Because to me, the burden of proof is on you. I post plenty of content on my channel, and I think I'm pretty confident in saying, yeah, I'm pretty good at Black Ops 1 and 2, and I'm okay at Call of Duty 4. At minimum. Generally, the people that say this have no content on their channel, so they have no proof that they aren't completely terrible at the game themselves, whereas I have plenty to say otherwise. And if they don't even know the gun stats, or care to get to know the gun stats, why should I think they want to get good at the game? And why should I take their opinion seriously? But that's fanboys in general. You generally shouldn't take their opinion seriously because you can provide facts right in front of them and they'll deny them. And just continue trying to defend their game and say it's flawless, there's nothing wrong with it, I disagree with you, and you're an idiot. So, generally just don't give fanboys any attention. With that said, I don't hate Call of Duty 4, I want to make that clear, and I'm probably going to play more of it. I don't have anyone to play it with, funny enough, so I'll probably go back to doing commenting on comments. So if you want me to answer your questions, leave questions down below in the video information, and I will try to answer them in the future. My name is Jarek, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.